Hello everyone, welcome to another video of mine. I'm BadboygHD 316 and today I am bringing you another how-to tutorial, which is a little segment I did on my old page. It's a tutorial how to get money extremely fast and easy in Gran Turismo 5. So first off, before you start off with anything, you need to be connected to PlayStation N. That is a must. Another thing is that if you want to get the max money, or let's say the max stuff out of this trick, you want to be signed on for 5 consecutive days, or basically 1 week. So of course you want to start off in Gran Turismo mode or whatever, and you want to wait for the loading screen to be done. And for this glitch, or not glitch, I'm sorry, for this trick, you need to have, well, I said in my old video that the 86 GT, I mean not the 86 GT, the 86 GT 2012 from Toyota was really bad. Well, for those people that didn't sell the car, you can actually use this car and just max it out, not max it out, but just level it up a little bit. And you want to just maybe turn on the engine power limiter, then you're going to be fine to go. Well, mine is not tuned down, but you just want to turn that down a little bit and upgrade it before it gets to 500 performance points, but you don't want it to go too much below. And the reason why I say it must be at 500 performance points is because I'm going to explain it later on. So for those people that didn't sell that car, and you don't actually have any cars that is 500 pp that actually have a lot of horsepower, or some horsepower to win the race or this event, I'll recommend for you to go to Nissan. But before you do anything, if you do have a little bit of money, about at least $300,000, you want to go to Ferrari and buy Italia if you do have the money. Not saying that it's a must, but this is a better recommendation than buying the Nissan that I'm about to show you. If you buy this car, you just want to turn down the power limiter a little bit, and then just, you're ready to go. You just zoom off and you're going to win the race like in a snap. So after that, if you don't have enough money, this is for the people that don't have that much money. Just to tell you right now, you need at least $300,000 or $200,000 to do this. Or maybe if you want to cut that out, you just want to say 100,000 at least. So you want to go to Nissan and you want to buy the Fairlady Z34 2008. The reason why I recommend this car is because the performance points is way below what you could upgrade the engine at least about once, and at least like make it lighter. And the horsepower is a little bit high, well, not that much high, but it's at that average rate for a good short race that I'm about to do or event. And like I said, you would just want to buy this. So let me just pick a color that I don't have. Let me just pick blade silver. I never got this color before. Well, after this, you want to wait for your car to come up, and of course you want to use it. So after you load it up, of course you want to go to the tuning shop and do all the upgrades and all of that, and etc. And like I said, you must upgrade your car until it's at 500 performance points or below it, but not too much below, unless you're gonna lose the race really, really bad. So let's go to the tuning shop here. And this is the part where I say you must need at least $100,000. First, you want to buy your tires soft, because on this map that the event is on, you're really gonna spin out very, very easily on some curves. And if you want to buy the suspensions and all of that, but that's too much money. You really don't want to invest your money into all of these. Well, the clutch, yeah, if you have if you're using manual, but automatic, it's also the same almost. And also the flywheel, you really don't need an LSD. You could buy the carbon drive shaft if you want, but I really won't recommend it because you really want to save your money, because you're on a budget here, because you're at least at $100,000. You want to go to Turbo Kit and you want to buy this if you want. And exhaust, titanium race, put that up. You could also buy these parts if you want, but I really won't recommend it because you have to upgrade the engine and take out some body parts so the weight will be faster. So you want to level up like 1 time on the engine and 1 time on the body, so at least it's lighter and you get more horsepower. So if you want to take off more weight, you could do the window reduction, which is barely gonna do anything. The chassis or whatever you want to call this reinforcement, I would really recommend for you to buy this, because on some turns you really do need help, and if you want to buy the carbon hood, you can if you want to, or whatever. The intake system, you could buy this if you want, but it's gonna go over it. So this is actually, well, I'm gonna buy these piece, and I guess this is enough. Yeah, don't need it at 500 or whatever. So let's just back out. For the people that's a pro at this game, be like, oh, you could have bought the racing filter and just turn down the power limiter. I could do that, but I really don't want to go through all the tuning stuff and actually waste more time in the video. So if you know how to do all of that, that's good for you, and you could do it yourself. So if you want to, you can also go to GT Auto and put a spoiler on the car, or whatever aero kit on the car, which make it better, or not better, but like it looks better. I can say that. Well, you really don't need to install this, but if you really want to, you want to install the wing. If you didn't have enough money to buy the other parts. And if you also want to, you want to change the oil, but I really wouldn't recommend that because your performance points is going to go like sky roof over the limit. So those are other optional things that you could be doing, or that you could do if you do have some spare money left over. So just going to wait for this loading screen to get off. And this is the reason why I tell you must sign up for 5 consecutive days, because when you sign up for 5 consecutive days and you're connected to the PlayStation Network, you're going to get a 200% bonus, which means that whatever race that you do, it's going to be increased by like your original rate by 100%. So after that, you want to go to the seasonal events, and you want to go to all the way over here to the second A spec. These are seasonal events, so by the time you're watching this, from the day I upload this from May, and you're watching this with like maybe in August or December, maybe these maps are going to change, but this is a technique that you should be doing, or that you should do. So you want to go to the middle and pick this cape ring, and the limit is at 500 performance points, and that's the reason why I told you in the beginning of the video you must keep it limited. So let's just start the race, and of course you see the credits at $312,000 or credits, and of course double that by itself, that's about 624, and do that about, I don't know, like 10 times, and you're gonna get trash load of money at like below 30 minutes. Also, for one race, especially since you have the Fur Lady Z and you did upgrade a majority of the parts, if you did so, the race might gonna take about let's say, if you're a very, very good racer, you have a wheel and you know how to race very good, I'll say about take you 4 minutes to do this race. But if you're on a controller, or you're a newbie at this game and all of that, it might gonna take you about 5 or 6 minutes. And depending on the car that you're using, it's gonna take up less time and more time. Like if you use the Toyota 86 GT that I did said in the beginning of this video, you at least finish this race in 4 minutes because of the horsepower in that car. Now for the Enzo Ferrari, I did test that out, and you do finish at least like in 5 minutes, I think. So this is the part where actually the parts that you install come in handy, because right now the racing tires are really gripping onto the road, and the chassis reinforcement is actually like making you turn way better if you're on a controller. So, and this is the part where I told you that you don't want that what do you call it? that you want the chassis or the racing soft tires, because when you actually have sports, on that like halfway on that turn, you're gonna start spinning out and stuff, and you're gonna start hitting the wall. You have to be careful because of the torque on the Furl 80Z and all of that stuff. Driving a little bit dirty. Just trying to rush this race here. And also, if you don't want to and you don't want to race clean, you just cut the track right here, brake very hard or whatever. I smashed into the wall a little, of course I just did. And you just want to zoom off. That might be a waste of time a little bit, but that's just my recommendation. With the Enzo, with the Italia Ferrari that I did show in the beginning of the video, you could actually do that and get like full grip on the grass. Well, not saying that you do drive perfectly on the grass, but you do get grip on the grass very well from that turn, and you can just brake very hard like after that. And you're just gonna get all your grip or whatever mobility back. Another thing that I did forget to say in the beginning of the race is that on the first lap, if you don't get at least up to like 6th or 7th place, there's a huge possibility you're gonna lose the race. So I got up to 3rd place like in 1 lap, and this is the 2nd lap so far. And this is actually the part of the race that like I said in the beginning of the race, this is the part that you do take advantage because for some weird reason, the computer brake and they take their time on this little go around. And another tip is that if you don't know by now, if you're going very fast and you do get a lot of grip on that turn and you do go over that hill and you like airborne, and you're going airborne, you want to like brake in midair or emergency brake in midair, because when you land, sometimes if you're still ramming on the acceleration, there's a huge possibility also that you could spin out. So if you do that, you're gonna have a bad time. So there's really nothing much to say. Once you actually understand how the car works and how to take the turns and all of that and be a pro at this game, you just be on like the road of easy money. Now for the people, this is not after commentary, this is actually live. For the people that don't like to do 500 performance point races, and people would like to excel and go into the 650 performance point races, or you might ask, oh, why you can't do the 650 performance point races? The reason because of that is because those cars that's in that race are actually some sort of race cars that are mysteriously under 650 performance points, and they go extremely faster than like any car you could think of besides the Red Bull. Which that's a cheap fantasy stupid car that I don't even know why they have that in a real racing simulator game. So getting back to the 650 performance point race, in order to do that kind of race, you'd need to have a Toyota race car, that 80 race car at least, or some sort of race car that's really fast. To outdrive, what do you call it? There's a car that's always like in first place in that race. Well, I forgot the name of the car, but it's really fast and it goes at least about 250 miles per hour or so on any straightaway. And because of that, that's the reason why like you lose the advantage and always come up in 2nd place if so you do try. So this is the last lap, and there go the finish line. And I finished this race, let me say, about in 5 minutes and 12 seconds. So just do this about, let's say, 5 times, and that's about 25 minutes, almost a half an hour. And 5 times 6, that's like 30. You have already 4 mil right there in a half an hour, including the little scraps that they give you, like $24,000 add that up also, you might get about a good 5 million. So that's the fastest way that I do know how to get 5 million credits in under about 2 hours or so, instead of wasting your time with the A spec and the B spec. So if you do enjoy this commentary, this tutorial, thanks for watching. Subscribe, rate, and comment. I'll be doing more how-to videos depending on what the game is on or what it's about. So thanks for watching. Like I said, subscribe, rate, and comment, and later.